from PsychWord IES. My institution is a specialized institution for psychology. Even we also offer other courses like GS Foundation, CSAT, mains and interview programs. These are my contact numbers. You can see well. And our courses are available on Movishala. This is my institution code PSYC5548. This code you can use to access my courses. Student, in the recent class we have discussed the meaning of psychology, how the branch of psychology has been developed, and we have already discussed the antecedents of psychology. So in today's class, basically we will discuss about debates in psychology. Without understanding of debates of psychology, it is always injustice for you and me if we are going to understand the approach of psychology. So before understanding of the approach of psychology, we must understand the debates in psychology. So in the next slide, I will show you the debates. Even here I have mentioned only the heading, debates in psychology. So all the things today I will write on the whiteboard. So please careful and attentive in the class and look on the board carefully. As you know that psychology is a normative science. Which science? Normative science. Basically science two type. There are the two type of science. One is pure science. Another is normative science. Normative science. Pure science means what is. What is. You can put them in comma. It means whenever there is a single reason behind any event. So that is pure science. Example, when apple has fallen on the head of Newton, so there was a single reason, that is gravity. If that apple may fall on your head, there is also the reason is gravity. So in a pure science, there is a single reason. Gravity is a topic of physics. So physics is what? Physics is a pure science. And chemistry, because the formula of water is same at everywhere, so that chemistry is a pure science. Biology is a pure science. So pure science have a single meaning, single definition. And normative science means what ought to be. What ought to be. It means whenever more than one solution of any problem. So that is a normative science. So it means you can use in other words, when the many conditions are applied on any phenomena. So that is normative science. So initially you have to understand here science two types. Pure science as well as normative science. Normative science means what ought to be, like sociology. Sociology is a what? Normative science. Political science. So political science is what? Normative science. Many other, including psychology. Psychology is what? Normative science. So just use only one thing. Psychology is normative science. By using the terms of psychology is normative science, you can analyze many things. Like why there is a many definition in any topic. Like stress have a many definition, psychology have a many definition, thinking have a many definition, personality have a many definition, concept formation have a many definition. So psychology have a many definition because it is a normative science. And in psychology there is various approach. So it is a normative science. In a psychology there is a various theories because of normative science. Like in intelligence around 12 to 13. Like in personality 19 to 20 theories are there. Like in learning more than 8 to 10 theories are there. If somebody asks why many definitions are there, because of psychology is normative science. So if we are going to discuss a debate in a psychology because of normative science. So see carefully. Debates in psychology. There are 4 major debates in psychology. First debate, determinism versus free will. Determinism versus free will. So this is the first debate. Determinism versus free will. Second debate, that is molecular versus molar. And third debate, idiographic versus nomothetic. And fourth debate, empiricism versus nativism. So these are 4 major debates used to understand psychology. So first of all, we will see here first debate. That is, first debate is determinism versus free will. Determinism versus free will. This is the first debate. So I am going to erase this, and here we will discuss first debates, determinism versus free will. So determinism. So determinism, what is determinism? Determinism means when most of the things are pre-decided. As we know, psychology is subject of human mental process and behavior. So if human mental process and behaviors are pre-decided, determinism means here is what? Pre-decided. Here is pre-decided. If anything is pre-decided, that is डिटर्मिनिज्म. इन हिंदी आई कैन यूज जो चीज पहले से फिक्स्ड है, ये चीज होना है तो होना है, या उसका हम प्रिडिक्शन कर सकते हैं कि यही होगा. सपोज मैंने सड़क पे 1 रुपए गिरा, शायद आज के एज में कोई नहीं उठाना पसंद करेगा, बहुत कम लोग उठाना पसंद करेंगे. बट अगर 1 करोड़ गिरा दिया जाए तो अच्छे अच्छे लोगों का ईमान डोल जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि इस बिहेवियर का हम प्रिडिक्शन कर सकते हैं. सो मेनी बिहेवियर, मेनी mental process we can predict what will happen after this. Like developmental psychologists have a prediction. Especially you can take the example of Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget has predicted what will happen into the sensory stage, what will happen into the pre-operational stage, into the concrete stage, into the formal stage. All the 4 stages Jean Piaget has predicted about their functions, so that determinism is decided. And you can take example of moral of the Vygotsky's theory. There is also predetermined. पहले से बताया कि इस एज में ये होगा, इस एज में ये होगा, इस एज में होगा. And you can take the example of Erik Erikson theory. So determinism is when behaviors are pre-decided. So I hope got my points. Determinism is when behaviors are pre-decided. पहले से behavior decided हो कि वो human क्या करने वाला. So there is basically 2 types of determinism. One is environmental determinism. Environmental determinism. In a environmental determinism means when environmental factor determines our behavior, that is called environmental determinism. So lot of environmental factors are involved in the human life that decided the human behaviors. You can take the first. First is family. Second, school. Third, that is media. Fourth, religion. Fifth, that is peers. And sixth, workplace. So all these factors determines our behavior. Just imagine, कुछ भी हमसे गलतियां होती हैं, गड़बड़ियां हो जाए तो तुरंत किस पे ब्लेम जाता है? तुम्हारे फैमिली वालों ने नहीं सिखाया. स्पेशली मोरल्स. Schools, they provide 4 hour reading, writing and so many. Media, vicarious learning. So you can also write here few things. Like family is informal. It is informal. Other is school is basically formal. Here is a formal. And media is basically vicarious learning. And religion is a supernatural. Peers, co-equals. Workplace, that provide job identity plus job satisfaction. So these, आप सोचो आपके पेरेंट्स क्यों अच्छे स्कूल में डालना पसंद करते हैं? Because of environments. Media, what kind of data put in your minds, that definitely help to react on any situation. मीडिया अगर हमारे दिमाग में गलत डाटा डालेगा तो उसका इम्पैक्ट हमारे बिहेवियर पे गलत पड़ेगा. कॉग्निटिव साइकोलॉजी कहती है. So I hope got my points. At here, environmental determinism means when environmental factors determines the human behavior, that is called environmental determinism. And this approach mainly used by behavioralist psychologists. So behavioralist psychologists mainly used this approach, environmental determinism. Behavioralists clearly said that human behavior were determined by their environment rather than their genetic factors. Especially you can take the example of J.B. Watson, who said, 1 डजन मुझे बच्चे दे दीजिए, जो कहिए मैं वो बना करके दिखा सकता हूं, पुलिस, चोर, बदमाश, जो भी कहिए आप बना के दिखा सकते हो. So it means environment decide our behaviors and mental process. Other determinism, that is basically biological determinism. Biological determinism. It means when biological factor decides our behavior. So there are the various biological factor. Number 1, genes. Number 2, hormones. Number 3, brain. Number 4, that is neurotransmitters. So these are 4 basic biological components which we study in a psychology. And biological deterministic psychology said clearly in their theories and in their work, our biological factor determines our behavior. You can take the example of Jensen, who said our intelligence have 80% hereditary, and other is 20% is decided by our environment. Who said this? Jensen. And you can take the other example. Psychoanalysis was based on biological determinism. Psychoanalysis was based on biological determinism. Analysis was based on biological determinism. Here is analysis was सही से नहीं लिखा. Analysis was based on biological determinism. So this is determinism. Determinism is when the most of the things are pre-decided. They are fixed in nature. And just opposite of it, second part of it, that is free will. Free will means when nothing is pre-decided. So you can put here the second part, that is free will. So free will means nothing is pre-decided. Nothing is pre-decided. कुछ पहले से फिक्स नहीं है. So that is called free will. Especially you will see in a multicultural society, you cannot predict the human behaviors, because nowadays human is so much unpredictable. Nobody knows the friends who is our best friend may become our enemy. So that human behavior is nothing to decide. And this free will concept was used by basically humanistic psychology. This concept used by humanistic psychology, humanism. It is used by humanism. In short, we can say some psychologists said that human behaviors are pre-decided, they can predict, But some psychologists said that no, human behaviors are not pre-decided, they cannot predict. So this is the first debate. Determinism versus free will. Now we need to move the second debate. There is a second debate. You need to note down debate number 2. That is a molecular versus molar. So it is molecular. Molecular means when mental process and behaviors can breaks into parts. जब हम ह्यूमन बिहेवियर्स एंड मेंटल प्रोसेस को टुकड़े में बांट सकते हो, सो दैट इज मॉलिक्यूलर अप्रोच. एग्जाम्पल, इफ समवन हैज डन क्राइम, सपोज किसी ने क्राइम कर लिया, सो यू कैन जस्ट break the behavior of crime. Why he has done so? Maybe he was hungry. Why he was hungry? Because he have no money. Why he have no money? Because he have no job. Why he have no jobs? Because he have basically not educated. Why he was not educated? Because family background was not good. So you can analyze all the things to know the reason behind why that person has done crime. So this is called basically molecular approach. So molecular approach means when we breaks the behavior into the parts for better understanding. Imagine करो एक हस्बैंड अपने ऑफिस से लेट आता है. So wife have many analysis. हो सकता है ऑफिस से लेट निकला हो सकता है कि वो ऑफिस में ज्यादा काम हो सकता है ट्रैफिक जाम हो सकता है बॉस के साथ मीटिंग हो. सो लॉट ऑफ द रीजन. So when the behavior can breaks into parts for better understanding, so that is called molecular approach. And this approach was again used by behaviorist psychologist. Behaviorist psychologist has adopted this approach. Example, Pavlov. Here is a Pavlov. So in a Pavlov's theory, there is a classical conditioning. In a classical conditioning, he has break this behavior of classical conditioning into several parts. Basically, Pavlov has developed 4 laws for the classical conditioning. Like first law, that is a law of acquisition. Second, law of generalization. Third, law of extinct. Fourth is that is a law of discrimination. So these 4 laws are involved. Even other theory of behaviorist psychologist, if you want to understand, then you need to break them into parts. So this is the molecular approach. So molecular approach को in short, if I use to in Hindi, जब इंसान के बिहेवियर को टुकड़े 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 में बांटकर समझा जाए, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड मॉलिक्यूलर अप्रोच. एंड द नेक्स्ट अप्रोच, दैट इज molar approach. As you can see, here is molar approach, just vice versa of the molecular. It means when human behavior cannot break into the parts, it can be understood as a whole. It can be understood as a whole. It can be understood as a whole. So this approach used by Gestalt, यानी this debate is used, इस डिबेट के ऊपर बेस्ड है गेस्टाल्टिज्म. सो हियर इज अ गेस्टाल्टिज्म. Gestalt based on whole. They said that clearly human behavior cannot break into the parts. Getting my points? So we need to discuss the third debate. Third debates.